How's it going, everyone? If yesterday's Star Wars Trainwreck wasn't enough, we've got a couple updates. Now, I actually went to go play the Star Wars Battlefront collection yesterday. I was given a copy of the game on Steam, and I went to download the game yesterday, and boy oh boy, was I shocked, and it seems like a lot of other people were as well, as that's been a big discussion point. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video, and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. Let's talk the update directly from Aspire, an update on the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. We'd like to thank the Battlefront community for their overwhelming support and feedback for the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection release. At launch, we experienced critical errors with our network infrastructure. The result was incredibly high ping, matchmaking errors, crashes, and servers not appearing in the browser. From what I heard, people that were trying to look for online servers, which is predominantly the main reason people are picking this up, especially on PC, where the games have been readily available, the classic versions of the game, for like $5 on sale. I don't know if they're on sale right now as a part of the Steam Spring Sale. Let me actually check that right now, because that was a big point of contention as far as the PC release with the price point, because it was so, it was $35, which to console players, that doesn't sound like a lot, but again, these games, right now, they're not even on sale. The classic versions, they're not going to put on sale, which makes sense given that they do have the classic collection version, and the price point has essentially been appreciated, but it's $9.99 right now for Battlefront 2 Classic from 2005, and I believe when it went on sale, it would be like $2 to $5, like around that range, so keep that in mind. You're paying a premium, and really the only reason to pay that premium on PC was for the online play, because if there's a resurgence of online players, well, then you need the Classic Collection. Bear in mind, there is no cross-platform play on this game, so even then, that is a huge factor as far as lessening the value of this game. If cross-platform play was included in this game, I think we would be talking about a whole different ballgame, but I also think with the server issues would be way worse if we did have cross-platform play, but you'd think they would plan a little bit better. Since launch, we've been working to address these issues and increase network stability, and we will continue our efforts until our network infrastructure is stabilized to prevent further outages. Please continue to report bugs, errors, or unexpected behaviors. Look, there are issues when a game like Helldivers 2 has issues because Helldivers 1 peaked at like 7,000 players and they had no way to anticipate how big that game was gonna be. Bro, it's Star Wars Battlefront. You knew how big this game was going to be, and it's not even like it's that big. They peaked at like 10,000 players on PC or 15,000 players or somewhere around that range. It's not the 700,000 concurrent players across PlayStation 5 and PC that Helldivers 2 experienced. Far from that. The game doesn't have cross-platform play. It's a remaster of an older release. Like, come on, man. It's not supposed to be this difficult, and you're charging $35, a pretty premium price point for it, and right now, as I record this video on Steam, 4,200 Steam user reviews. 19% of those reviews are positive. This game is getting absolutely trashed, and as I record this video, 2,000 players on Steam. Guys, I kid you not, if this game came out as a suitable version, cross-platform play, all of that included, it could be $30, $35, but as long as the online servers work, it was remastered to an extent. I'm literally talking about what I deem to be the bare minimum, and you include cross-platform play, I guess that's beyond the bare minimum. This game, in my opinion, would have easily cracked 100,000 players, easily, as far as concurrent Steam players. You guys know how nostalgic people are with the Battlefront titles. If you did them justice, if you did these games what they deserved, and if you did them as far as a remaster that people could be somewhat happy with. Again, I'm not asking for the world. I've never asked for the world when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's just I asked for the bare minimum, and you can't even do that right. And now, is it an issue of even if they get it remedied, is it ever going to be something people will get excited for? I don't think so. I still think it's going to do fairly well. The thing about a game like this is that people are going to come home from work, they're going to turn on their PlayStation 5, and they're gonna see, oh, on the dashboard, oh, Battlefront Classic Collection came out, let me go buy that. And you're talking about catering towards a more casual audience that are gonna think more so nostalgia. They're not online, they're not terminally online looking up everything, and that's literally what happened. And I saw this happen firsthand with one of my buddies when it came to the GTA trilogy when that was released on PlayStation. And that came out and was critically panned, Well, that man does not go online all the time. He came home from work, turned on his PS5, and then he saw that game being promoted, and he's like, oh, let me go buy that. And he didn't look up online. That's exactly what's going to happen with the Battlefront Classic Collection. Like, people are going to buy it regardless, but I just offer you the fact. Don't you want the positive dialogue online? Don't you want the inherent word of mouth to elevate the game even further and sell it even more? I get it. Licensing agreements are expensive. I get it. Cross-platform play must be somewhat difficult to do if they couldn't get it working for this game, but isn't there a way you can figure it out and then by the end of it, the game would sell so much better? Because looking at the game, the concurrent player count being 2,000 players on Steam, embarrassing. That's pathetic for a game like this. I'm sorry, that's absolutely pathetic. And it should be doing much better. It's Battlefront 2, guys. People are so nostalgic with this game and they just wanted something that would work to an extent, and they couldn't even get the bare minimum, which is a bummer. Hopefully it gets remedied, but you know, whatever at this point. You already missed the boat. That initial launch is your biggest wave, and when it's this bad, it's very difficult to come back from it. Helldivers 2 had its issues, but for a little while it would work, and then over the weekend it would have its issues, and then ultimately it sustained that level of interest. I just don't know if Battlefront Classic Collection is going to be able to sustain that level of interest. Also, a lot of pushback has come from the install size of the game. So what do you guys think the install size of this game would be? I would have expected to be like 15 gigabytes at most. These are some older games. Is it 20 gigabytes? 30 gigabytes? No. 40 gigabytes? No. 50 gigabytes? No. The install size is 62.87 gigabytes. I'm looking at my Steam page right now. It is 62.87 gigabytes, and I was gonna install it, you know, just for the meme, since I got a free copy of it, so I was like, yeah, let me at least try it out. I see this install size, and I'm like, bro, seriously? And I literally just jumped right back into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth after I saw that install size. Like, I'm gonna check it out at some point, but given all the issues, given that install size, I was like, bro, yeah, not right now. Not right now is when I'm going to be checking out the Battlefront Classic Collection. I'll get around to it at some point, but that 63 gigabyte file size is absolutely egregious. And, you know, 63 gigabytes in comparison to some of the bigger titles like FF7 is a massive game, but it's FF7 Rebirth. It came out in the year of 2024. Battlefront Classic Collection is a lazy thrown together collection, and how is it 63 gigabytes? What is the file size for the initial Battlefront titles? I don't know off the top of my head, but it's gotta be something fairly small. It's gotta be around the, you know, 10 gigabyte range at most, and I doubt it's even that. Let's open up Star Wars Battlefront Classic from 2004. What is the install size for this? 3 gigabytes! 3 gigabytes for Battlefront 1, and Battlefront 2 is 4.3 gigabytes. So you're talking about 7 gigabytes across both titles. Somehow, 63 gigabytes and change for the Battlefront collection. So figure that one out. It seems like, you know, maybe upscaling the games, whatever the deal is, 63 gigabytes on that. They're kind of insane as far as that's concerned. But at least Aspire has given an update. If you guys have yet to pick it up, I would certainly wait for you to pick it up. Even if you're gonna pick it up. At this point, I think most people are just gonna pick it up to, like, enjoy the campaign or stuff like that. The online component, I don't think is gonna have a lot of longevity, which is a bummer, because that's why I think a lot of people wanted to pick it up. Without cross-platform play, that was obviously gonna be a hindrance right out of the gate, but just a bummer all around, given the nostalgic appeal of these games. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys and be like, oh, I grew up playing these games. I didn't. Star Wars wasn't really something I grew up with a lot. I played Battlefront 2, like, very briefly when I was a kid, but not that much. But I know for a lot of you guys, Battlefront 2 was one of those games you, like, absolutely were invested into. And Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a game that I think is near and dear to a lot of your guys' hearts. And the fact it was getting a Classic Collection, reason to be excited. Aspire, however, doing a very poor job in terms of this collection. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. As always, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.